Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sabrina and I'm back with another Excel tutorial for you. If this is your first time here and you're looking to develop your Excel skills, then start now by subscribing and hitting that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any new updates. All right, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can add a pie chart in your Excel spreadsheet. This is my first video on charts, but I will be making new videos on other charts that you may want to use in your Excel spreadsheets. Now, pie charts are a popular way of displaying individual amounts, which contributes to the total amount. Now, to insert a pie chart, you of course need a data set to start with. So if you look at my spreadsheet here, you can see I've got a small table of data with a list of the food categories. Okay, so I've got a list of 4 food categories and then the revenue earned for each category. So what I want to do here is I want to basically convert this data into a pie chart. And to do that, all you would do is select the data that you want to convert. And remember, you would also need to select the headings. Okay, so if you've got any headings as part of your data, make sure that you include them as well. You would then go up to the Insert tab, and then you want to go to the Charts group. Okay, now in the Charts group, you'll see a lot of options of different charts that you can use. Now in this video, as you know, we're going to be looking at pie charts. So I'm going to click on the pie chart option. So I'm just going to click on the drop down arrow on the right of pie chart, and you'll see that we get 3 different options available here. Okay, so the first one is a simple 2D pie chart. So if you hover your mouse over one of the examples, you'll see a preview of that pie chart on your spreadsheet, which will show you your data and it will give you a good idea of how that pie chart will look with your data. Okay, so that's a 2D pie. You've also got an option of a 3D pie. Okay. And the third option there is a donut pie, which basically just looks a little different. It has a big white circle in the middle, and then the different parts of the different pies are sort of presented in the outer circle. Okay, so it really depends on your preference. You can go for whichever one you like. I'm going to use the 2D pie option. Okay, so we're just going to keep it simple. So all you do there is you just simply click on the pie chart that you want, and that would add the pie chart into your spreadsheet. Okay, so it will convert the data and add the pie chart into your spreadsheet like it's done there for me now. Now you can resize that pie chart, so you can make it bigger or smaller if you wanted to. So if you just select the pie chart and then hover your mouse over one of the corners of that pie chart until you see a double right arrow, and then just click and hold your mouse and then just drag it. So you can drag it to make it bigger. Okay, so I'm just going to make it a little bigger. Okay, so you can make it bigger or smaller as per your preference. And now you can start using the editing tools. Okay, so this is sort of more for the finishing touches of the pie chart. So the tools are on the right-hand side. Okay, so you've got 3 different options here, and I'm going to go through all of the 3 options, which will help you finalize your pie chart and give the finishing touches. So the first option is you've got a green plus icon, okay, which is the chart elements. So if you click on the green plus icon, okay, that will give you a list of the available chart elements which you can add or remove from your pie chart. So the first one is chart title, okay, which is currently ticked, and that basically means that the chart title is visible on my pie chart. Okay, so it's right there at the top where it says revenue. Now, the chart title defaults to the top heading of your data. Okay, so you can see here, it's the chart title is is being taken by what's in cell B1. Okay. Now, if I changed that data in there or the text in there, my chart title would also change. So let me show you. Okay, so if I change that from revenue to, say, total revenue, okay, and then just clicked into any other cell, you can see that the chart title has also changed, okay? So you can leave it like that if you want, and then all you need to do is just change the text in your data to reflect in your title of your chart. That's up to you. If you don't want the title to reflect what's in your data set or what's in your, in the heading of your data, then you can actually double click into that chart title. Okay, and then you can delete that title and replace it with a new one. So for example, you may want to call this one revenue by food category. Okay, so you can customize it. Okay, so it doesn't have to follow what's in your data set there. Okay, you can change it yourself and make it different for each of your charts. Okay, so you can change the chart title like so. You can even highlight that font and then go up to the Home tab. Okay, and then format the font. So you can even make that title bold. You can change the font style. Okay, you can increase the size of the title. So I'm going to just make that a little bit bigger. So we'll go for 18. Okay, you can change the font color if you wanted to. So you can do all the formatting, okay, with the font there. Okay, so that's the chart title there. I'm just going to close this box on the right, which is a formatting box. Okay, so if I just click into the pie chart again and go back to the green plus icon, that's the chart title done, right? If I unticked the chart title, all that would do is it would remove the title from my pie chart, okay? If you click on the arrow on the right of chart title, it gives you an option of where you want to place the title. So currently it's set to above chart, okay, which looks absolutely fine. The other option is centered overlay. So if I hover my mouse over that, it shows you where that title would go. So it's literally overlapping my pie chart, okay, which doesn't look too great. So I'm going to leave it as above chart, okay. So that's the chart title. The next chart element is called data labels. Now, data labels is currently unticked, okay, but if you tick that option, what it does is it basically puts the values of each pie or each part of that pie chart in its respective slices. Okay, so again, you can make the size of the font bold and you can increase the size. So you can just go back up to the Home tab and then increase the font size if you wanted to. So I'm going to make that 10.5. But I'm just going to make that bold. Okay, so you may want to add the data labels in there just so that it's clear and you can see what value that particular pie represents. Okay, so you don't have to keep looking at your table of data. You can just work it out by looking at the pie chart. Okay, so this is what data labels are called. Okay, so they're just basically values that are added into the respective pies. Okay, now for the data labels, if you click on the arrow on the right, it just gives you a few options again on where you may want to place those data labels. So you've got an option of center, inside the end. Okay, so that's basically inside the pies, but towards the end of it, outside the pie chart or the pies. There's a best fit option as well. Okay, so you can decide where you want those data labels to be placed. Now, if I just click on inside end, I think that looks fine. Okay, so that's your data labels in there. You do have more options available as well. So if you click on more options, So once you've clicked on more options, on the right-hand side, you'll see that Format Data Labels section will open. Okay, that will give you more options for formatting. So what you can do here is if you go to the last option there, which is Label Options, if you click on that and then just expand the Label Options menu, you get a few more options there that you can add into each of the pie. So we've already added value. Okay, that's what these values represent. So we've got the values in there. You've also got an option to add percentage. So if you tick that, this will, add the percentages of each pie, which will give you a good idea of how much percentage that slice contributes to the whole of the pie. Okay, so that can be a good indicator of your data. So percentage you can add. You can also add the category names. If you tick category name, it puts the names of the food categories next to the data labels. So what you can do is you can choose to add the category names there, and then maybe you could remove the legend key at the bottom because you don't really need the legend if you've got the legend keys inside the respective pies. Okay, so that's it's entirely up to you how you want to do it and how much information you want in each of the pies. Okay, I usually prefer to just have the values and maybe the percentage. Okay, I like to have the legend key available there, so I'm going to leave the legend key there. Okay, so I'm just going to close this box on the right. So that's my data labels added, my percentages added. If you go back to the green add button, the last chart element is the legend key, okay, which is basically at the bottom of the pie chart. So that tells you, what each of your pie represents by color. Now, if you click on the arrow on the right of legend, okay, again, you can choose where you want to place the legend. So you've got an option to place it towards the right, at the top of the pie chart, on the left, or as it was before, at the bottom of the pie chart. Okay. If you did not want the legend key, so say you had added the legends as part of the data labels, you can just untick the legend key and that will remove the legend key from your pie chart. Okay, but I'm going to leave it in and I'm going to put it at the bottom like so. Okay. All right, so that's the chart elements. The next option you have is chart styles. Okay, so this allows you to change the style of your chart and also change the colors. If you don't like the default colors, you can change them. So under style, you'll have a few options available. So if you hover your mouse over each style, it will give you a preview of how that style will look with your data. So you can actually go through each one and see which one you prefer to use. Okay. So that's chart styles. Color. So if you click on color, you'll get some options at the bottom. So you can change the color, the colors used in your pie chart. So you can choose the one that you prefer. So I'm just going to go for that third one. The options right at the bottom gives you sort of options of the same color, but different shades of that color. Okay, so the first one there is all blue, but of course, each pie is a different shade of blue. And then the next one is all orange. And then the next one is all gray. And then the next one is all sort of a gold color. Okay, so if you wanted to just, have one color but use different shades of that color, you can go for the options at the bottom. Okay, so that's chart styles. Okay, and the last one is actually a quite useful one, which is chart filters. So what chart filters allows you to do is, say if you wanted to only display certain slices of that pie chart. So you didn't want to display the whole, you just wanted to focus on certain categories in my case. You could then filter that chart. So when you click on filter, under values, okay, you'll see a categories drop down, and you'll see all the different food categories. Okay, so basically it will display your legend key here. Okay, and as you can see, they're all ticked because my pie chart is displaying the data for all of them. But if I only wanted to display, say, the first three, snacks, bars, and crackers, okay, but I didn't want to see anything for cookies. So in that case, what I would do is I can just untick cookies, okay, and then make sure to click apply at the bottom. And there you go. So I can only see now 3 slices, 1, 2, and 3. So it's only displaying data for snacks, bars, and crackers, but cookies is, of course, hidden. So you can filter your charts like so. The other thing that I wanted to show you is sorting your data or sorting your pie chart from largest to smallest. So in order for you to do that, what you would normally do is you would go to your data and you would sort your data by ascending or descending order based on your preference. Okay, so in this case, okay, as you can see, it's already sorting my data in from largest to smallest values, okay? But say I wanted to do it the opposite. I wanted to sort it by smallest to largest, okay? So all you would do there is you would go up to the Home tab. You would then go to the editing group and then click on sort and filter. And then you want to use one of these two options. So you've got sort A to Z, which will sort your values from lowest to highest, or sort Z to A, which will sort your values from highest to lowest. Okay, so I want to sort it from lowest to highest. So I'm going to go for sort A to Z command. So if I click on that, as you can see, it's now sorting my values from lowest to highest, and it's also doing that on my pie chart now. Okay, so I'm seeing the smaller values first, which are then increasing. Okay, so you can sort your pie chart in that way as well. So that's my pie chart done. I've, added the chart elements, I've changed the chart title, and also, added my legend key there as well. So that's me done with my pie chart. There are other things as well that you can do to edit your pie chart. So if you go up to your tabs, you'll see that you've got a chart design tab and also a format tab available, okay, when you've got your pie chart selected. Now, on the format tab, you do have options to insert shapes, okay, as well as a text box, which you can then add to your pie chart if you wanted. And so for example, let me show you what I mean is if there's a data, so say you've got data labels, okay, in your pie chart, but you wanted to place them outside of your pie chart, what you can do is you can select your data label, okay, and then you can press and hold your mouse and then move that data label outside the pie chart. Okay, so if I just move it towards the right a little bit and then release my mouse, you'll see that, the data label moves outside, but it also forms a line. Okay, so it's pointing a line and connecting that slice with that data label. So I can then move this data label a little bit towards the top to make it into a straight line. Okay. So you can have it like that as well, and that makes it look good. This one has moved as well. Okay, so let's see if this will. Yeah. So if I move this and just move this to the top a little bit, just to form a straight line. So you may want to display it or present your information in this way. So again, if I just move this towards the left a little bit, and then a little bit to the top to form a straight line. Okay. So this is another way of positioning your data labels outside of your pie chart so that it looks nice and neat. You can also add a text box. So if you go up to the Format tab at the top, now bear in mind you would need to make sure that you've selected your pie chart, you've clicked on your pie chart, otherwise this tab won't appear. Okay, so click on Format and then go to Insert Shapes, and there's an option of a text box there. So if you click on that text box, you'll then get an option to add a text box. So, you can add a text box inside that box. Okay, and then you can literally put comments in there, or if you wanted to, you could specify the categories. Okay, and put that a little bit next to the data label. Okay, so I'm just going to change the color of that, make it bold. Okay, so you can actually format your pie chart however you like by using the Format tab. So all you need to do is just make sure you click into the pie chart, because as you can see, once I've clicked out of that pie chart, that Format tab is no longer there at the top. So make sure you click into the pie chart, and then that Format tab will appear, and then you can use the formatting options. And of course, one more thing, don't forget that the pie chart is dynamic, okay, and it's connected to your data set. So if you change anything in your data, that will automatically reflect in your pie chart. So for example, okay, let me change the revenue for cookies. If I change that to, actually cookies is not displayed there, is it? So let's go for snacks. Okay, so if I change that to say, I don't know, 12,000, say $300, okay, I would expect the slice to increase. Okay, so if I click anywhere out of that cell, you can see that the slice, okay, for that category has increased in size. All right. Of course, you can see that my lines are no longer straight, so I may have to select into the data label and just move it a little bit so that it forms a straight line. Okay, so you'll have to do a bit of editing in that respect, but it's dynamics. So any changes that you make with your data, it's reflected straight away into your pie chart. Okay, so that's it for this video. It's been a long video because there was a lot to explain about the different elements and formatting and so on, but I hope that's helped. If it has helped, please do like and share the video so that it can reach out to more people, and do consider subscribing to the channel because I do post new content every day. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.